Today's lesson is going to be very easy. Calendar, which most people don't realize. The calendar is the foundational element of a identity. That is why we have a Gregorian Catholic fascist child raping calendar. Just to clarify. Abraham raped kids too, so did Lot. Oh, there's one thing I noticed about Christians. This is the way that they do. They know the story of Lot. They know what happened in the story of Lot. But this is the power of association. The function of fascist religion is to justify behavior based on association as opposed to the end result. Fair enough? So, as it's claiming to take you to a more civilized state, it's actually reducing you to a sub-animalistic drone. But as such, I learned something new at work today about the San Onofre nuclear power plant in Southern California. And while this has a lot of information, the only detail that I learned was that the estimated cost, again, in these situations, they're going to double, if not triple, if not quadruple the amount required. The wording makes it seem like they're going to prevent that, but we're going to get into that. So what I learned was the amount of money that's estimated to disarmament. I call it disarmament. They call it decommission. Which doesn't take into all the environmental factors, because that doesn't matter. They're just thinking about very fascist. They're a disgusting, sick industry. The people in the nuclear industry, and it's sad because I've talked to a couple of these. I've actually talked to 3 of these people on the phone. One of them I had a very long, compelling conversation with, and you'd have to prism my phone calls. I'm sure if you prism nuclear employee, like the same way you Google words, that you'd be able to access that conversation. They'd be able to pull up. At least you can do it by catalogs. Tim Caffrey, Workline, CGEC, which is not really the name, it's a front organization. The same way that the Jews are taught the veil, the Holy, the Holies, and these different levels, this is the structure of business in order to conceal the core intent. So you have these LLCs and LLCs, just like the Crown. This is why the Jews are replicating the fascist imperial society, which dominates them and suppresses them and rapes them and crushes them and kills them and massacres them and terrorizes them. Because in one sense they don't have a choice. So I know I'm fucked up what I say. But I don't know what else to fucking say. Shit. What the fuck, man? No one else is saying anything fucking relevant. So anyways, this is the one I told my friend I was going to do this gesture. It's funny too, the way things work. I got to work, we had to go in at 8 today. I got to work today, and I was like, you know what? I was telling a guy that I appreciate India. Last night I got a lead 2 days ago from a guy from India. He told me he was from Kolkata. I was ashamed that I could not find Kolkata, even on Google Maps, without putting it in, and then I spelled it wrong. So that was very, I know history, I know the religions, I know art and buildings and whatnot. But I was like, man, I got to get to know the place a little better. I told the guy, oh, there's a bay. He's like, there's no bay. And just to reiterate, there is no bay, but there are gulfs. And the difference between a bay and a gulf is very disputable. So technically, it's just a name. And I'm used to the San Francisco Bay, so I associated with the bay. But he took me to be bullshitting him in one sense. But I was looking at the map. I had a computer that had access to the internet, so I was looking at Google Maps. I was looking at the Kolkata. I was looking at the regions, Pradesh, and stuff like that. I still got to do more work on it. But then I was doing this while I was talking to people, and then he came on and he's like, "No, you're the fucking liar, or you're the fucking thief. Okay? I've had these companies come 3 times, and you guys fucking tell me this shit. And I was like, sorry. So, but anyways, I was able to set the appointment with him, and he's like, thank you very much. Okay, great. The girl I got to sit next to today, she's really cool. She's like, oh, everybody's doing this thing right here. So I decided I'm going to do this in order to reiterate. You got to really visualize. I want you to fucking see this shit. This is really what it's fucking about. And there's a lot of different elements to it. Because when you realize that it's the eye is encased, you realize the function of the eye is not to see. That's a diminished conception of what the eye does. So anyways, the one-eyed pyramid scheme. This is on the fly, no pun intended, as the eye is always high in the sky. Essentially, this just makes it a little difficult to make out what is happening in the iris's reflection. And then, if one would reach that floating fascist epicenter, all you get is the reflection. That just projects all the bullshit backwards. By the time you're unmesmerized by all the brutally fascinating chaos, you forgot you wanted to stab that piece of shit with your warrior's weapon, parentheses. Only warriors can reach it in the first place, close parentheses. But note, that does not mean that the warrior will strike it. Because when you see the reflection, it's like now that I think about it, the never-ending story is just one example. When Atreyu is standing on the second test, or the third test, and he has to look in the reflection, and he sees Sebastian in the reflection, and Sebastian sees him. This is what happens to the warrior when he gets there. And like they said, when the guy says, oh no, when they see themselves, no one's ever passed it. Even though you've got past the other ones, when you see that one, you run away because you see who you are. And the catch is, you're a child. That's the beauty of it. Let's give a case study. Take the nuclear priesthood's faulty nuclear plant. Now nothing more than a literal sleeping Vesuvius, or IED, undetonated IED. As of today's age, most would immediately think, what, Japan and GE's Fukushima plant? But for this analysis, we are referring to San Onofre, GE's other nuclear catastrophe. We don't need to examine the fact that both WMDs are the exact same model. That was known to be defective, but cost effective. We just want to deal with the cost of decommissioning San Onofre and where the burden lays. So, it's going to cost California, parentheses, now this is that reflection, sort of, close parentheses. It's going to cost California $4 billion to disarm GE's faulty equipment. Now, let's dissect who pays what to really grasp why fascism works so well. The democratically elected government has accepted $1 billion on behalf of California. This will be collected by religious institutions, tithing and donations, right? That's the way it works. Oh, just kidding. But by the few regular people who actually get taxed by brute force or threat of violence. Note, GE does not pay taxes because the elected officials don't want to burden them or diminish profits. I gotta hurry up because I'm running out of battery. So I'm gonna move this so that I can get battery. Because I don't like changing up. We're all good. No, GE does not pay any taxes Because the elected officials, this is fascism, are actually doing the will of the people. That's my fucking point. But they don't want to diminish the profits. Okay. So these same elected officials they forced, this is the way it's being portrayed. This is fascist, hardcore, high-level fascist propaganda. The elected officials forced the IOUs, again, there are two John Adams said this shit. It wasn't John Smith or whatever. John Adams, I guess he was a president, the first president that actually allowed white men that weren't in the electoral college to pretend to vote for the president was in 1824 for John Adams. Not that their votes counted any more than the black people that only represent less than 60 million people in this fucking country, and that's including kids and the 1 out of 7 black men that can't vote. That community, out of the 330 million Americans, they're not even 60 million. Honestly, when you get down to it, I bet you they're like 30 to 50 million. So even if every single one of them could have voted, they could have not got Obama into office. That's an analogy of the way the entire electoral system works. White people just think because they see the facade is that there's more of them, that they have more stake in it or some shit like that. That's why they're fat, fucking disgusting pigs. I talk. The way I talk, you know, I was gonna say. So, these elected officials forced the major IOUs, PG&E, San Diego Gas and Electric, and SoCal Edison, that's Pacific Gas and Electricity, from Aaron Brockovich, and SoCal Edison, to assume the burden of the other $3 billion, which, as the business model goes, so goes the frickin' floating eye, which means that these wonderful persons, mere individuals, as by the U.S. Supreme Court's edict, don't actually have to pay anything, ever. One doesn't need to be a Duke Fuqua School of Business graduate to figure out who they will get the money from. This is the reflection thingy popping up. Can you see it yet? Now, let's not even wonder how much GE got paid using this same virtual method for this piece of shit cancer on a fucking stick. If we don't want to get into how much we are still paying GE as the people of Japan, you stupid fucking Japs. I guess I gotta get a little racist here. You're still paying GE for Fukushima, you fuckheads. You should kill Fukushima. It's an enemy attack. Fuck China. You're being nucleared again. You need to recognize who your fucking enemy is, you rat-think fucking cowards. Open your fucking eyes. Go like that if you have to, so that you can see GE is fucking doing to your people, to your children, to your land, and they're still paying the fucking bill for the facility. And they ain't paying shit for the fucking cleanup. If we do that, we get into how much we are still paying GE for this spectacular mess, while we are likewise paying some ambiguous person, according to the U.S. Supreme Court, to stop this from Fukushima. And this is where we all look closely and just walk away, overwhelmed at what it means. And all we do is get back to work to do our part. Let's keep it real. GE. Declarations of war. Motherfucking the cops can do a declaration of war on drugs, on gangs. Declaration on war from Americans said, why? Gangs don't even fucking kill half the fucking, not even a quarter of the fucking people, not even a third of the people of fucking nuclear contamination. Not alone, not even getting into the rest of the fucking catastrophes that PG&E and SoCal Edison are fucking perpetrated. I don't know shit about SDG&E or the company that owns them. I forgot who is the company that owns SDG&E? Esperion or some shit like that? Figure it out if you fucking want it. These are the fascist fucking terrorists. Robbing people blind and killing their fucking children at the same time. You want war? These people deserve to be murdered. These people deserve to be hacked into fucking pieces and guillotined. And the judges that support them deserve to be fucking burned with fucking battery acid. And fed to fucking piranhas and fucking barrels. And given to the fucking cartels so they can have their fucking fun with them. And we could save some Mexican fucking lives by giving them some fucking crooked cops. The fucked up California Department of Justice that is backing all this shit up. The fucking horrific, scum-sucking Jerry Brown and his fascist fucking family, his father, the legacy that it has in California and Los Angeles for destroying fucking the lifestyles of fucking human beings. Why the fuck did Jerry Brown's fucking dad pave over the fucking LA River? You wanna know why? Because fucking children played in it. And it was a type of children that played in it. It was the way people used it. Upgrade, a Romanization, a fascist fucking element that his son stands proud of. And what is his fucking son? Piece of shit Nazi that needs to be fucking executed as a treasonous fucking backstabbing fascist who is fighting against the corrupt federal government in order to maintain the highest possible fucking prison population in the most deplorable conditions just to fucking suck the fucking dicks of fucking cops who are corrupt fucking pieces of shit fascist Gestapos. If you are not willing to fucking kill these people for your children, and you start with your mouth declaring that they deserve to be dead, which they want to turn into a crime, which is fine. Come get me, motherfuckers. Prosecute me for this shit. And I know the way these fucking corrupt judges work, because underneath those black fucking robes, they're naked fucking jacking off while they're fucking destroying lives. Guilty, guilty, guilty. Oh, I'm gonna give you a break. Oh, I'm gonna give you a break. Instead of $500, I'm gonna charge you $50 for fucking me harassing you and taking fucking your life. Oh, guilty. Oh, no, I'm gonna break this up. Oh, that's all they fucking do. And they fucking invest in this shit as individual human beings. You get how they fucking make money? This is why fucking this guy, disgusting, fucking filthy, sick pig. This is my first beer, by the way. I'm not drunk. It was halfway. Emotions. You gotta have fucking emotions. That's the fucking point. This is how you do it. This is what they're trying to prevent you from getting. They want you to fucking target this shit at each other. Hey, bitch, give me a beer. Hey, you fucking asshole, get out of my way, Hong Kong. Hey, you fucking piece of shit, turn down the music. No, stop killing our fucking children. Can you see this? Stop fucking taking our fucking money. Fucking stop charging us for shit. PG&E, take into consideration in all of this the PG&E customers. PG&E owes California $25 billion. They're fucking up for this too. They're going to double down and fucking rape their fucking, the money, the lifeblood. Whether you like it or not, money's the root of all. Shut the fuck up. Money's the way you fucking survive right now. Alright? So if you're giving up your money to a corrupt fucking institution, you're giving up your fucking life. That's why they call it, oh, that's the root of all evil. Well, if they're taking it, well, I don't want it anyways. You stupid fucks. And remember, I can't even get into the fucking dynamic of how savings works into this shit and how the depreciation of the value of the dollar based on all this fucking corrupt debt that they drop on the people just to produce more dollars fucks up your life. You guys can't even fucking handle the fact that they're actually, actively, right now, fucking in an organization between judges, the Department of Justice, the fucking police, the governor's office, the fucking sheriff's department, and this disgusting fucking group of sick fucking IOUs. John Adams said, 2 ways to conquer a nation or a people. One is by the sword. What the sword represents violence, you stupid fucks. Doesn't mean you run around with a fucking sword. Hack, 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 hack. What is violence? Violence, that's violence. Violence, when your fucking body is falling apart at a per second rate of fucking disintegration because of radiation poisoning, and you're getting fucking breast cancer, and you're fucking pushing out dead fucking blobs of fucking flesh that are supposed to be babies, time after time, and you're sitting there scratching your fucking snatch wondering why God doesn't love you. You stupid fucking idiots. That's about it. I needed to vent. It does get me fucking enraged. And I should have just read that, but I couldn't just read it. Because it's not just worth fucking reading. You don't get it. It doesn't fucking matter who fucking listens to me. I'm going on fucking record as saying it. What the fuck are you going on record for? I only do this for the sake of posterity. To clear my own conscience in a real sense. You get it? Is it worth it? Yes. The contrast is you. You get this?